Good morning. What's this? Damp hair, eyes like holes in the snow. It must be Vlogmas, and Les and himself are away. We are in Stirling, and I'm going to show you that it's a cold and a misty Stirling. You can see the frost on the roof there. We've actually been very fortunate with the weather. It's been dry, very cold, extremely cold, but dry. We travelled via the Lake District. We came up on the west coast line. I'll put some footage in here because it's a beautiful part of the world, and if you watch Rosie's Knitting Shed podcast, that's her corner of the country, so you can see the beautiful part of the world she lives in. So I'll put some footage in here. So that was on Friday. It's now Sunday morning, 1st of December. Must text my nephew because it's his birthday. Yesterday we had the day in Stirling. We did a really good walking tour. It turned out that himself and I were the only people on it. So the young guy doing the tour, it's about an hour and a half, something like that. Really very informative, very interesting. It's a very hilly city. It's not a big city. Population, I think he said, was about 80,000, and 16 of that are students from the university, so not a massive city by any imagination, but hilly. And a tad nippy. So I had my Heartsea hat on, my new shiny Heartsea hat, and a combination of hat and the cold weather meant when I took my hat off, I wished I hadn't. So after the walk we went and got something to drink and took my hat off when we walked into the place, and my hair was like so I think today I will be wearing my hat and I won't be taking it off at all. So yeah, really lovely. Today we're going to go over to Edinburgh. There is a Christmas market, so we'll have a look at that. Takes about an hour roughly by train, so I'm taking my knitting with me, and yeah, should be a nice day. So I'll take you with me. people, I said I was going to keep my hat on all day, and now you're about to see why. It's quite a look, isn't it? Good morning again from Stirling. Yesterday, Edinburgh, we went to the Christmas market. We weren't terribly impressed. There were stalls offering every type of food, and when I say food, I don't mean stuff to take home and have at Christmas. I mean crepe, waffles, hot dogs, stuff to eat there. Loads and loads of those. Loads of places offering things to drink. Again, takeaway stuff to have there. Not that many booths or stalls having stuff that you would buy for Christmas gifts or Christmas decorations. There were a few, but really not that impressive. So that was a bit disappointing. But we were saying we were a bit spoilt where we went to Bath last year, which had an excellent Christmas market. Kind of spoilt us a bit. So yeah, so we did that. We sort of wandered around there for about an hour, and we just went and got something to eat and just had a fairly relaxing afternoon. Found a real ale pub. Himself is a real ale man, so he had a pint or two in there, and I was just on soft drinks doing my knitting. So that was it was quite nice. It's one of those things you think, because part of you thinks, oh, we're in this city, we should explore, we should do this, but we've been to Edinburgh a few times, so we have seen quite a lot of it. And actually sometimes it's nice just to sit and relax and not rush around, because part of the idea of the trip away is to have a bit of R&R. So that was good. Came back to Stirling, got some dinner, came home, back to the hotel, and since then I've not been well. About 5 o'clock this morning, really bad head. I get them sometimes. Well, about 5 o'clock I got up and took a painkiller because I'd been laying there from about 4:30. After about 5 o'clock I thought, I feel a bit nauseous. I thought, I don't want to be sick because I've just taken a painkiller. Sorry, it's probably more information than you require. But of course, wanting to be sick and actually being sick, they're not the same thing. And so I've not been terribly well. I've sent himself down to breakfast. We're heading home today anyway, so the fact that I'm a little bit is there are worse days that it could have happened. It's a long journey home. I'm kind of hoping I sleep for a lot of it, because I still feel a little bit ugh. But yeah, hopefully I'll sleep or feel okay, because it's just, I think we're 5 hours on one train, and then we go across London, and then an hour and a half on another. And ordinarily I've got YouTube, I've got my tablet and my phone, I've got my knitting, so I'm quite prepared for that time if I'm feeling okay. If not, I'll just close my eyes and sleep. If I'm well, I'll record some footage because we're going through some nice countryside. But if I'm asleep, then sorry, and you really don't want footage of me asleep. I snore a lot. So yeah, it's so it was a nice day. Today not so good, but this happens, and like I say, we're home tonight, and I'll be glad to be in my own place. See you later. Hello lovely people. We're going to call this the day when it all goes wrong, because as well as not being very well this morning, we've had a very long train journey. We left Stirling at 10:30, expecting to be home about 6:30 this evening. It's currently 10 to 1 in the morning. We've got about another 40 minutes to go. It all went horribly wrong. There was a broken down train. We got stuck between 3 trains. We had to go backwards to go forwards. I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, it's been a very long day. It was all getting a little bit fraught and fractious at times. And we're now at last on our way home. On the plus side, it could have been a lot worse. whilst we were standing outside for an hour waiting for a bus to take us from one station to another. Could have been raining, and it wasn't. Also, I downloaded a load of podcasts onto my tablet, caught up with all of those. And in terms of knitting, and you will see this when I do the podcast proper at the end of the month, but I can put the camera down for a second. This was just a cast on edge on Friday, and it's now part of a cardigan and a sleeve, so quite a bit has been done. Every cloud.